welcome to the Rovers review, aka Havn A Party with Bear and Ramiz. How are you, Bear?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Episode 7.
Episode 7.
Yes. So, we've, it's actually episode 7B. We
Yes.
did do one last week. However, we had some technical difficulties with posting it, really.
Yeah, just forgetting about posting it.
So, we'll carry on as usual.
Yeah.
Few things on. Been pretty busy couple of weeks though.
Has been hectic.
Yeah. Juniors and mini roos really starting to fill up now.
Yeah, not much to go.
I think pretty well all of our teams, we've got at least 2, some 3 teams with the mini roos and juniors. Yeah, we are filling up, guys, but there are a few vacancies here and there. So, yeah, if you're still looking or still running a bit late, definitely, hit the page up and just sort of ask what's available and whatnot. But, yeah, it's looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, it is.
And they only have... Well, they start after Easter, the mini roos.
Yeah, so they've still got... What do we got? 5 weeks of schools, 2 weeks of holidays.
Yeah.
So 7 weeks still.
Yeah. I know a lot of them have started training this week, last week,
Yeah.
etc.
It's good to drive down Captain Cook and fields are full.
Yeah, it is good. So yeah, and then the competitive juniors, well, they start with the seniors next weekend.
Yeah, week and a half to go.
Yeah, so they're all good. I think that a lot of the teams have sort of split into their divisions and started training and whatnot.
Just don't ask us for the draw.
No,
Don't.
there is no draw yet.
Don't expect it until next week sometime.
Yeah,
And that's being nice.
yeah. So hopefully sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
But with so many teams and it's so healthy and whatnot, we're still looking for a couple of volunteers to help coaching.
Yeah, so we need going to mini roos under 6s.
Still need an under 6. And mind you, there's plenty of support around the club, and our club's been hosting even a mini roos course.
Yeah.
This week we had on Tuesday and Thursday we have the second half of it. I mean, we can do more of these courses here as well.
Yeah, and even if you didn't want formalised help,
Yeah,
come and hit up coaches.
yeah. There's
Plenty of help.
plenty of help, and especially with the sort of the various young ages, it's all about just the kids having fun.
Yeah,
And
having fun.
getting them on the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully someone puts their hand up for that under 6 soon. We've
Under 16, 17?
so we definitely stretched out. We were talking a couple of weeks ago potentially having 2
Yeah.
of these teams, and
We do.
we do. So with that as well, so Brody's got one of them, which he's sort of carried up through the years.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second one, we're actually still chasing, potentially 2-3 players, and then a coach.
A coach.
So please contact the page if, you're interested in that as well. Last but not least, so that we were also talking about either having an extra 16-17s or an extra Div 2.
Yeah.
And then we were like, why not both? So yeah, we have an extra Div 2 side, which same again, numbers are there. We've still got vacancy for a couple more.
Yeah.
But more than anything, we probably need a second coach.
Yeah.
Nate's been running them together, but yeah.
At the end of the day, we've got a week and a half to go. They need to be separated at some point.
Yeah, because they will throughout the season anyway.
Yeah.
If they were always guaranteed to play back to back, it probably wouldn't be a problem. But both Div 1 and Div 2, they have from all over.
They could be in Gundy and Chinchilla.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dolby.
So yeah, I think that Div 2, we're really looking someone to step up
Yeah.
there, hopefully sooner rather than later. So yeah, please contact the club if you yourself or you know someone who will do it. Yeah, that would be great. What else, Bear?
Pre-season.
Pre-season. It's been a hectic pre-season. It's been a lot going on. Yeah, so where do we start? Tom McVeigh wins Stanley. We had a couple of teams in that.
Yep.
Neither made it through to win it.
Neither made it.
Neither the men or the women. But again, good pre-season hit-outs for both teams. Which, is just minutes in the leagues for the players.
And that's, we can talk about this all day, is the amount of games we've had pre-season.
Yeah.
And now we can tell, like our boys, most of them are playing 90 minutes. They're not pulling up with cramp. They're not, like, they're probably sore, but that's just natural.
Yeah.
But when we play other teams, we notice that always in the last 15, other teams are pulling up sore, pulling up with cramp. Our boys are going strong.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
No, and it is good. It's credit to the boys as well. I put up actually today in our group chat just to say thanks for a really good pre-season. I mean, we've been going since end of October, start of November. It's been really good, and in that time we've came so many either new players to Toowoomba, new players from other clubs, our existing players. It's motivated them to come back because you can't just roll around anymore in February and expect a
game, to play, and expect to play well.
Yeah.
So
I think overall it's been great, and I think the amount of games we've been able to play, even at trainings, against one another, but then almost every weekend we've had opposition to play in our league, and then a few Brisbane teams and that sort of stuff. So
I think even this week has been our first week of training where we've taken it a little bit light.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we've played a game Sunday, we've trained hard on Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Which is what we expect to do when the season starts. So
yeah. No, so I think it's been so good. The Div lads, they're tracking well as well.
Yeah.
I know our Div 1 men had just a training game. Well, they've had a couple of training games actually the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They played our 23s, and they also played another couple of clubs here in the region as well, scoring some goals.
Yeah.
And this is our Div 1, our Iraqi-based Div 1 side.
So they asked for this.
Yeah.
And we've said yes.
Yeah. And I think they're excited, and they're proud to represent obviously the club but themselves as well.
Yeah.
And so far from what I've seen, I think they'll be a force to reckon with.
They will be.
A couple of Div 2, they've been at it a while as well. Before Christmas as well, we actually had a lot even at our QPL trials and that sort of thing as well. And it was pretty well in the new year where they branched off, and Nathan Gav's been taking them since and
doing their own thing.
Yeah, played a few games here and there as well. And then the ladies actually had a fairly long pre-season as well.
Yeah, just about as long as what we've had.
Yeah.
So it's good that they're taking it, that's the thing, we take it serious. We know that you can't just rock up in January just expecting to be match fit, to be organised with teams. Like as a club, you need to be first organised with your teams. Yeah. And accumulate players.
Because that's it. I mean, when we rolled around in January, it's still obviously nothing was set in stone, but we had a good idea on numbers, on quality, on different things like that. And we actually even bled that down to our competitive juniors as well. We got rained out actually a bit before Christmas and stuff those few weeks, but other than that, they've been organised. And come nominations time, we were pretty well
in stand.
So no, I think it's credit to the club as well, and moving forward, I think it has to be that way.
Because Because at the moment we don't nominate until late February.
Yeah.
Which...
And I think this is why the draw is also delayed and whatnot as well. I mean, everything probably should be pushed back another month, and that way you can sort of start organising. Because, you know, with games on Saturdays and Sundays, I mean, Saturday's pretty well a working day for a lot of people. So, yeah, maybe that's something that next year we will get a bit earlier. But the ladies had a good game in the Kappa Cup as well. Last week.
Yeah, last week. Who did they play?
They played Nambour.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nambour. So, yeah, they had a good game, and to be honest, they had the chances to probably win it. It finished up 5-2. Our ladies took the lead straight after half time to lead 2-1, but the leagues probably got the better of them. And they wound down, and then a bit of quality did show through on Nambour's side as well. But once again, I think it was a great hit out, a great pre-season hit out for the ladies to play someone new, and match fitness again.
Match fitness, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And what did we do? What have we done? Murundu?
Yes. So we FFA Cupped in Murundu FC.
Murundu.
And actually, just back on Nambour, their facility down there, they're not a big club. Honestly, their facility down there was, you know, better than anything that we have here in Toowoomba, bar Highfields, which, you know, again is 15-20k out of actual Toowoomba. But actual Toowoomba, like, it was so good, you know, a massive sort of canteen, bar, little function thing, a grandstand. They just had sort of the concrete steps, but with plastic seats sort of in them and stuff. And honestly, it was such a good setup for, you know, not a powerhouse of a club with loads and loads of money. And it's just, it's a shame that, you know, no one around here seems to, like we can get anywhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that goes back to the council. If it hasn't got flowers on it, we don't get it.
Yeah. So and thanks for the hospitality. I know they put on some meals and stuff for our ladies and whatnot afterwards as well. Murundu, so that was a good road trip for the boys.
It was a good road trip.
Yeah. And they also took on our under 23s as a curtain raiser.
Yeah, in 3 o'clock we
3
kicked off.
PM,
Yeah, it was only about 45 degrees.
So, on aggregate, the game actually finished 9-9.
Yeah, because under 23s come away with a 7-2 win.
Yep, and Prams came away with the opposite result. So we actually should have gone to penalties, I believe.
We should have.
9-9 on aggregate. Heck of a day though, like honestly, 18 goals spectators got to witness. Some good goals too, honestly. They
were a good crowd too.
They were a good crowd, yeah.
Especially your game, they were giving you some.
Yeah, there were a few lads, and there was obviously a pub nearby somewhere there. But no, it was really good. 18 goals. There were some crackers. Their one that they scored, that solid number 9 up top, that hit that left footer. Holy wow! But anyway, wasn't to be the result. But again, it was all about, you know, we tried a few different things as well, which we might not try during the season now.
You gave one of your memorable halftime speeches.
Yeah, and to be honest, we actually, second half, we matched it with them well. We conceded 3 or 4 goals within the first 20 minutes.
In the first half, yeah.
And after that, like, we played pretty well, but it was just too much to catch up on. But we bounced back from that. We also, both teams played Highfields last weekend as well. So that was really cool because it was the first time we were playing someone in our competition.
Yeah, which gives us a true level of sort of where we're at.
Yeah. And it was, you know, again, a really good hit out. Thanks to Highfields for hosting. 23s finished up 3-0 winners.
Yep.
And Prems came from behind to win 3-1.
Yeah.
So there was some positives out of it. There's always stuff to work on and whatnot, but I think once again we've talked about all the matches. Even a few weeks ago, Virginia and Old Bridge, and there's been some really good tough matches.
Oh yeah.
And Highfield's, their standard, credit to them, has picked up a lot from the last couple of years.
Yeah, they've picked up a few boys that are going to help that club immensely.
Yeah.
And will surprise, well, what do we say, top 4?
I believe.
Potentially.
I believe so. It looks like there'll only be 6 in the competition, which is a little disappointing. But, I believe they could push. They got a new coach. Obviously, a new coach attracts new players.
And new players attract new players. Like, with the players they have. Yeah, they're good. So,
no, it's really good. It's healthy. I think the competition, if you're only going to have 6 teams, at least make it 6 competitive teams. And then, I think, this season will be, once again, closer than ever, potentially.
I hope so.
Yeah. CTS, we've done that for the last few weeks as well.
We have.
Numbers are huge, obviously, at our club. We started this process, this connecting through sports with a lot of our newly arrived migrants and our refugees. So we started this process going on probably 5 or 6 years ago now.
Yep.
And obviously just looking healthier and healthier. And there's always people who now want their cousins, their brothers, their sisters, their daughters to play. And it just keeps growing and growing. So,
nice little stepping stone. So there's only 2 clubs in the region that are doing it. So us and USQ.
Yep.
Which is, it's good for USQ to do it. They'll get good numbers from it.
Yeah. And I think there's 5 in all of Queensland. I think the others are based in Brisbane. Logan Metro is one, and there's a few there. So I think overall, it's been successful for us. And it obviously just helps them get over some boundaries potentially.
Yeah.
Obviously, financial, travel, and I think the biggest thing is sometimes just the unknown, not knowing that it is actually relatively easy to join a club if you want to. It's not just our club. Like, you can join our club in football, but if you want to do tennis, if you want to do netball, if you want to do whatever that they're, it just sort of builds some bridges, I suppose, to help them.
We should give a shout out to.
Yeah.
This is unscripted, of course.
Yeah.
To Wanderers.
Yeah.
With their disability football. I don't know whether they're still doing it, but they introduced a program to help kids or people or anyone with disability to play football. Yeah,
and they started this. I think it was about mid last year. And this is not having a dig, but potentially could have been promoted maybe a little bit more throughout the region.
Like everything else.
Because I honestly thought it was maybe even just a one-off session, but they actually ran it. They ran it for a few months at least.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning, they held a session, and from what we hear, they had good numbers there. And once again, it's just another avenue that a club has targeted, and
technically they're not going to get anything out of it financially or player-wise.
No.
They're just doing it for the community.
Yeah.
And that's what community football is all about.
100%. Yeah, and I think, so you're right. Massive shout out to Wanderers, because, it's a great program, and, it doesn't take a lot to put your hand up and run something like that. Like, it does take a little bit of organisation and
an hour or 2 of your time to run the event, and
I think it's well worth it though when you look how you can impact people's lives or change them or help them or whatever it may be. But I think, like you said before, as a community club, I think it's up to the clubs to do stuff like that as well. Yes.
What else have we got?
We got a weekend off this weekend.
A weekend off. That's rare.
Yeah, so the weekend before the season. I'm only saying about us. There might be plenty more on, but our QPL's got the weekend off.
Yeah.
Maybe a few shenanigans here and there. We'll see.
we'll see. And then then into it.
And straight into
it. Hopefully with a draw sometime.
Yeah. Should be good.
Nice to see who we got first up.
Yeah. And yeah, because there's always the little bit of struggle with venues first part of the season.
Yeah, first 4 or 5 weeks.
While cricket, baseball, all that's still on.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully all goes well, and yeah, we kick it off next weekend.
Because it's all getting out of Brisbane now. So since they know everything, they know the layout of the land.
Yep.
We could be in Chinchilla playing Willowbone. Chinchilla's only just down the road.
Yeah.
It's just another sub. It's west of Toowoomba.
Yeah. Like the airport's
just
west
like
of Brisbane.
West of Brisbane. It's about the same scale.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of hours each way. Yeah, nice. No, so yeah, hopefully that all kicks off, runs smoothly, and yeah, we're in for another big year.
Yeah.
Big year of mini roos, big year juniors, biggest year seniors.
Biggest.
Yeah. So any questions as usual, guys, please contact the page. And yeah, stay tuned on our social media for draws and that sort of thing. We'll keep our socials updated with obviously the mini roos are still a couple of months away, but with the junior games,
as soon as we know, you'll know.
Yeah, so we'll have a weekly thing where we've been doing it the last couple of years, that it's usually every Friday afternoon or night. The games will go up.
Yep.
And then hopefully have results up by Sunday night, Monday.
Yeah.
Just to keep everyone in the loop.
And then we'll start getting some guests in.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a list there. We're just teeing out the rot.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I think so too.
Yeah. Brody keeps still wanting to come in. He's not coming in. Can't have him.
Not this early in the season, Brody.
No. Maybe next year when I'm not doing it.
But yeah, so yeah, otherwise that's probably it for another week. Enjoy the weekend off.
I will. I'll probably see you.
Probably. And then we'll hopefully see you guys. Yeah, maybe next week, because we might have a draw.
We might have a draw.
Bit of chat of what sort of games we got going, and
see where we're playing.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully see you guys next week. Give us a like, give us a share, and even drop in the comments anything you'd like us particularly to talk about. It can be anything, I suppose.
Anything. We will talk about anything.
Sort of anything.
Well,
yeah. Put it in and we'll decide.
For him, as long as not cricket, we'll be right.
Yeah, no, we can talk about cricket. Like, it's rubbish. I got many things to talk about cricket. Put in. Could be anything. The world of football, transfers, whatever.
Yeah. Transfers within your own team.
Yeah.
Like that, I know even with the junior competitive, there's some movement there.
Yeah.
Like we talk about seniors with movement, but juniors have got as much movement too. So
yeah, there is.
Let us know what you got.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Bear.
Thanks, Ramiz.
We'll see you next week.
Cheerio.
See ya.